You guys, sorry that we are late. Let's see. Okay, we're live already. I'm trying to expand my screen. Can't I do that? Hold on, let me do a test. Can any of you check up with your other device if how it looks right now? Okay, looks good here. Can any of you check up with your other device?
Yeah, actually, I see myself.
Okay, good. So, hi people. Anybody here yet? Hi guys. Hi guys. Let's give them some more. Let's give them like till 40 and see if anybody else comes up. And I'd like to also
In the
reshare.
meantime, let me try to repost.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me try
same
to, in
here.
case I just go off, let me try to repost on my thing.
Okay, no worries. I also want to repost myself. Okay, no worries. I also want to repost. Oh, it's lagging. Okay, for people watching. So hi guys, drop a comment if you're watching us already. Say something. Hi Anthony. Anthony never misses a live. Hi.
Yes.
Hi,
Please let me give
Hi.
Anthony a mini shout out. Novi, how are you doing? Ofanama, Akwebo Basia.
Okay. Okay, he's Ghanaian. Nice,
Of
nice.
course, he's from my tribe. He's my
Oh,
darling.
nice. I love it. All right, nice.
Hold on, I'm
hi.
just saying that Anthony is speaking German. Anthony, easy for us.
I think he came last year, right?
wow.
Anthony, you came here
ich.
last year.
Ich bin so stolz auf dich, Bruderherz. Ich bin so stolz auf dich.
See me posting posts. Don't pull I want to post to his link. I want to post.
How do I even repost?
No, you just get to copy the link. I think if you're viewing from another device,
yes,
then you can just copy the link from YouTube and then just repost.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Share to my WhatsApp.
Okay. Where else do I want to put this? On WhatsApp. Once it's put in, right? He said that's part of my great life in colors. And this guy can gas somebody up, Sha. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Okay, I think when Ada comes back, then we can start. Oh, Ada, if you can hear us, when you're done reposting, we're waiting for you now. You should be here, my sister.
Oh, so
hi,
sweet. So Zeus.
Hello. Okay, I think Ada, where are you? Are you done reposting? I think we can start
I'm almost
already.
back. I'm just waiting for it to go.
Okay.
To be fully uploaded
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm here now.
All right. So, hi, everybody. Good evening or morning, afternoon, wherever you're joining from. It's nice to have you guys here with me again today. First of all, Happy New Year, because this is the first video that would be airing on my channel this year. So, Happy New Year, guys, and thanks for being here with me. And a special thank you to you beautiful ladies for agreeing to be on this platform with me right now on very short notice. I don't take it for granted, you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're going to do a little bit of introduction for people who don't know you guys, maybe anybody who's joining or who's going to watch the replay later. So first off, my name is Kelechi, and I live in Germany, and I share videos around life in Germany. And very soon that's going to change. It's not just going to be about life in Germany, but with time we will see about that. But yeah, that's the basic information about me for now. I'm going to let the rest introduce themselves. So we'll start from Nigeria and Germany, like this way. I hope it goes this way from her to Ada and then Phoebe.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me here as well. I'm always excited to be on your live. And my name is Ogie, and I also share content here on YouTube, English content for English-speaking people, I guess.
Yeah.
And how to settle into life in Germany. So yeah, something.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and my name is Ada. I think we all have similar niches because we all talk about life in Germany, how to settle in Germany, and all the shenanigans in between. And yeah, I also have a YouTube channel and Instagram, social media, all that fun stuff, all under the name of Ada's Place. So yeah, nice to be happy to be here, and nice to see you all.
Thank you.
Hi, Shati Lines. Hi, Shati Lines. So, if you know, you know. So, my name is Phoebe. And my followers are my Shati Lines because you're so dear to me. So, if you don't see me, my name is Phoebe. I also do life in Germany content. And I'm more on the legal aspect. So, we usually talk about legal laws for foreigners in Germany, and I also love talking about the social aspects, especially for us being women in Germany. And I just realized that we are all adjust in one way or the other. Actually, not one way or the other. We are all firstborn daughters in our family. So yes, sprinkle on that. So for the girls who also have gone through the system and done it like firsthand, yeah.
And we're all wearing glasses. That's true.
Yes.
But
Was there an
this
agreement?
this is not recommended. Just a disclaimer. It's just
You go explain tire. There's no.
No, but for real, with all the shege we are seeing in this country, we need to wear glasses. See the shege properly.
You need it. You really need it, girl. You do. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks to everyone joining. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Michelle. So you guys, good evening again. So guys, this panel was inspired by an Instagram video posted by Ada. The funny thing is that the thing has been on my mind, and I'm pretty sure on every other person's mind here to talk about. But it was just like we're waiting for the right moment to burst out and talk about it. Because waiting, they really saw. It's not our intention to start the year with any form of violence. So, but
actually,
I think
it is my intention.
So it's your intention.
No peace for anybody. Everybody yes.
Because we really choke. It's choking. So for the sake of like setting the tone, basically for today's conversation, like the session is supposed to be focused on some sort of constructive criticisms, right? Just banter here and there, and informed decisions. I hope nobody takes offense by whatever. It's not that deep, really. It's not that deep. So I hope you have a nice, good sense of humor if you're watching this. Nobody
Even if you
is. We're
take
not saying
offense,
this.
drink water, you'll be fine.
You'll be okay at the end of the day. Do you understand?
You're not
Baby, I like your energy. And thank God that
I already
want
want
to be lawyer. I mean, for you.
I already
If they attack us, I'll tell
something
them, do you know who I know?
I
Do you
said I have
but
chosen
that's the
violence
truth.
this year because the word of God said violence we take it by force. And I've been nice to all of y'all. These people in Berlin, I've been nice to them. I've been a law-abiding citizen. I'm still going to be a law-abiding citizen. But what I must say, what was on my chest, I will say. Where's our host?
And that's some period.
Our host don't come on.
Hey,
I have to give the violence because our host is on.
He's really missing in action, not be smart thing.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll calm down. Welcome back. Again.
Thank you. Okay. I was trying to look at the comments and then I mistakenly left. Okay. So, for the sake of people who don't actually know, let's just give some context to what we're talking about. The German Opportunity Card, okay? This was launched sometime mid last year.
Mhm.
And the idea of this was to catapult or import skilled workers from abroad to Germany, okay? Now, it's similar to what you have in Canada, the whole points-based system, right? Where you're judged based on certain factors. In Germany, now you're judged based on, or rather, you have the following criteria to fulfill, like your qualification, your skills, your education, age, right, and all of that, even language qualifications and everything. And it's been how many months now? I think that that opportunity card started sometime August, was it? That was August, right? If I'm not
Around
July
July,
mistaken.
1st,
August last
1st of
year.
July.
July,
July.
August. And it's been 6 months and nothing. We're not what's going on? But the first thing is like, let's really establish this. Okay, maybe someone will help me. Like, you can throw more light on what the purpose of the opportunity card, like what purpose was this opportunity card exactly meant to fulfill in Germany? And so far, from what you are saying or whatever, is it leading to its purpose? Do you know anybody so far who, you know, who has encountered, who has tried this? Like, I just want to know from you guys' perspectives. Anyone can begin.
I'm the last baby here, so I'll let the others go first.
I
Phoebe, you're
can
the
go
one that's
first.
supposed to start. So, no, you're the one that now if you're our lawyer, you're supposed to be telling us.
No, the thing is, see, I never did. I did a video due based on opportunity card, but the person who did big video opportunity card is okay now.
Actually, okay, now that started the opportunity card last
I
year.
did I
Last
did two
year.
videos with my
2 years.
students.
Adam must go first.
In 2023. She started posting in 2023,
Hey,
actually.
I like how this camera is giving me theatrics.
please. That's why
And
the Instagram video I just said with my full chest.
with
I went
future
about it. Come
encouraging
to
people, say, get
Germany, yo.
ready.
And then
Put your things together. It's about to go down.
Habibi, relocate.
I said these
Yes.
people, they are fall around.
But the thing is, actually, when I made that video on Instagram, someone commented and said that he actually knows someone that successfully got the opportunity card. And
In
now that made
Nigeria.
me start. Yeah, a Nigerian, but he applied from the UK.
Okay, that's new.
It now made me begin to think, if they wanted to choose the countries they are going to allow people come from, they would have said it from the
from the
ad,
beginning, from the beginning.
Concept.
from the
On the
beginning.
beginning game.
You get,
Like,
because a lot of Nigerians want to, we want to leave the
Yeah.
country, and now you've raised our hopes. At first,
And
they
it's
said,
crashing.
"Oh,
But to be fair, I don't even I'm not even surprised by it, to be honest, because when you see when you going by trends, general trends that have been happening in terms of immigration laws, general immigration when it comes to those from the African region, especially the sub-Saharan Africa. There was time I was talking to someone who was making I think I did a live video with the guy. We're talking about the bias that's involved in immigration things and all when it comes to people who are from that part of the world. It feels like so many things that needs to be done. It just happens last to us. When you look at things like family reunion, people from the rest of the world, this thing just happens sharp. 6 weeks, their spouses are here.
Yeah.
Where you will do 2 years, 3 years, their spouses
As
are
in-
struggling to get here. So
you'll be doing
this one is
family
not even
reunion.
surprised.
Your firstborn has already
I'm
gone to marry
telling
their
you.
own
Listen,
child."
that's my case. We started
it's
family
really
reunion. I
hard
was
to see.
9 years. I came to Germany. I
Sometimes
was
it really
12.
makes me wonder sometimes if there was some sort of agreement that was had without our knowledge.
Okay,
Like,
let the last baby talk. I never talk
Mhm.
my own.
sorry,
Okay.
guy.
So, the first question that the host asked us was, what was the mindset behind this? I mean, what was the motivation behind the Abby?
Now you go.
So, according to
Sorry.
Fachkräfte
Oh, man.
they said that they want skilled workers. So they are tired of basically, in plain language, they are tired of those of you who come here and all they do is
Those
take
of
social
us.
benefits. Those
All
of
they do is
them,
what? And all they do is what?
social benefits. So they always be taking
Money.
social license and they don't want people who are going to be a burden to the German coffers, okay? So, or the state coffers. So they want people who will come and will work. So if you want to put camel, even those of us who are inside, we are not finding apartments. So where are they supposed to sleep?
We're coming there. We're coming. Don't
That
worry,
one is
don't
even
worry.
a different conversation.
Coming there.
Yes, so
That
that,
is
that,
even
that was the
different.
motivation.
Apartment.
That was the
For me, I feel like apartment is even the least of the problem. Where is the work that they say we
well,
should come
the
and
work,
do?
that's another thing. The work is there, right? But they all want German speakers. So if that is the case, then let the people coming speak German before they come. Because even if you are in a field where they would usually take an English speaker, I always say this. It might work for that job you are doing, for your tasks, for you to be able to speak only English. But when it comes to working or coexisting with your colleagues, German is of essence. And they're not going, and you're not going to be working 24/7. You work only 8 hours in a day. The rest of the 16 hours or the remaining 16 hours, what are you supposed to do? Because when you go to, not even say Edeka, if you go to Lidl and you ask them, where is your water? They'll be like, hey, wie bitte? Ich hab's nicht verstanden. You get it? So you have to know, we'll finish das Wasser. So if you want to give someone an opportunity card, let them start learning Art. By the time they get to Art in Ghana, they'll realize that I don't really like Germany that much. Because that's
the truth. Like they're painting it to seem like you don't necessarily need German for this. That's how they're painting it, because they go like,
I think that's where the misleading comes in, when people assume that you don't need
misconception. You need, if you are watching this and you're thinking of coming to Germany, please. A2 is even less, because the A2 that you learn in Africa, right? It is equal to minus A1 here. Not A1, minus A1 in Germany.
Just pain. Oh God.
That's possible. That's
let me exit, because my blood is boiling.
Wait, sorry, 1 minute. Kelechi, is your video on? Because I can hear the echo of.
No.
I don't know.
How is it now? Is this still? Do you still hear that?
Well, for now, no, not yet. But when we're talking, I could hear like an echo of.
Okay. Someone said it started in June, and the process is. Why can't I see the rest of the comment?
It's so slow. She said it's so slow. You mean Jennifer's comment?
Yeah. And the process is so slow. Jennifer, I guess you're applying. What country are you applying from? Let us know, okay? So the thing is, the funny thing here, to be honest, is okay. Even for those who eventually do get this card, and like one of you was saying, like it seems like there are some countries that they are even blacklisted. Like there are no dates in the embassy. When you ask, you hear them say maybe there's no opening yet. There's no opening yet. Now let's even talk about the people who eventually get this card from whatever country, say India or whatever, Pakistan, or even like you said, someone applied from the UK, and then the person eventually does come inside. Like a lot of people have been saying, and when I really think about it, I think it's true. It really seems like Germany is after its own pockets, because, like you said, Phoebe, they don't want people who will come and take from them. They want people who will give to them, and it's not just like with your skills and stuff, because they've put it in such a way that you need a blocked account to come in. You need 10,000, 10,000,
13,000 and
13,000. It has increased. They have increased
for work. You're coming to do for work. You're asking me for 13K.
You understand? And then when you now come with that money, if you find house, if you get to find an apartment, you will pay for that 12 months you're going to stay back. You will still pay for health insurance. You will buy groceries.
Pay for 3 months. You pay for 3 months in advance. Count 2 to 3 months in advance. So that 13,000, your deposit, or let me say in American English, your deposit for your rent ain't included in
it. Money is gone already.
The money is already going. Do you understand?
And there's no guarantee that you'll find a job when you come. Because guess what? The companies that are already in Germany are laying off some of their employees. That means people that are already in the system are looking for job. How much more you that you're coming from a place that you
from outside? It baffles me. And then again, knowing German employers, they hardly employ you from Ausland. They want you to be here, finally. Even when you are here, you don't now know how to speak the language. Because the honest truth is that many people who will be applying for this, they cannot speak German. And then when you come inside, except you find yourself in a certain field like maybe IT, then you can find your way around things without the language. Like you would easily get hired, right?
I
Even
also
if
think if
you're
you're also in a certain city too, like in Berlin, you might
like in
struggle
Berlin,
to
yes,
get by.
easy or Munich or Frankfurt and the rest of it. So I said, okay, applying from Germany. They started receiving applications on the 13th of June 2024. Oh, okay. And they are still currently at 13.
No,
They're giving
I feel like,
Oh
applications.
my God.
thank God I have the red passport, because if I still had the green passport, they would have taken their visa from me. But now they can't make me stateless, because this is ridiculous.
It's giving the more you look, the
It's
less you
beyond,
see.
it's
The
beyond
less
ridiculous.
see. They stopped at 250 p.m.
Yeah, Jennifer, be careful, oh. I hope your name is not there. Be
She's applied already.
careful.
Hey,
See how she's just ratting them out.
but
Oh
Expose
no,
my
her.
but here's
god.
the thing.
I know
People
someone.
really think,
I know someone that okay, when this whole process started, at first it was not visible on the German website
Yeah.
in Nigeria, right? So how do you say the embassy's website in
Embassy's
Nigeria?
website, yeah.
yeah.
And then after some months, they now had the option for you applying for an opportunity card. And then they said then there was a debate between whether or not they would ask for proof of English, right? If you
Hmm.
have like what was the word? A certificate, whether or not you
Mhm.
apply with an IELTS, or if you can go there and tell them I speak English from my mother's womb, that kind of a thing. There was a debate on that. There was a debate on that. After that, after then, you now said that for you to get an appointment, you needed to have either your blocked account ready or how do you say
Proof of
certificate of
sufficient
declaration,
declaration.
from someone that is living here. Now that I have a friend that already has all these things, they said after you apply, you now have to wait for them to call you. Guess what? As at when was that I checked? The website for even obtaining certificate of declaration is not even working in Berlin. They say it's under construction. So in
But
case you want to,
I thought you could do that physically. When did they start making that on digital? I
A
thought you
lot
could
of
do
things
that
have
on
been
physically.
digitalized now.
no, in
But
Berlin
It's
it's digital. You apply, you
Germany is
especially
becoming they are upgrading now. Things are becoming digital. We are
They
do you
woke up
get
very early.
2025.
They woke up very, very early. They please.
you know, when it
Wait,
comes to
that's
this,
why you pen and paper. They should just let us walk
I
into the
just
office. Because
remember that German government is my employer. But
Anyways, anyways, the issue now is you've gotten everything you need for the opportunity card. You're now waiting for the opportunity to apply for the opportunity card.
what is this?
see, when it comes to
Oh
the
my God.
digitalization, I remember one of my biggest videos on TikTok and YouTube was when I talked about the electronic Aufenthaltskarte. And
Mhm.
I wasn't the only person who was of the view that even now when I'm telling you, you call me, let me come for it. In Ghana, we can say it will pass. It's not that stable, It's like
Mhm.
it's on the verge. So you can go either this way or that way. And now you are telling me to trust you to send me an electronic file. Honey boo boo, we ain't doing that. And
Don't you?
I wasn't the only person who had that view. And I've been trying to do this e-ausweis with the phone, and you put your ausweis at the back of your phone. You use the NFC so that you can be
Yeah.
using your online ID. I had to
Yeah.
get a whole new phone for this thing to work.
You never. Oh, it actually
Wow.
Are you
worked for you. For
serious?
me, it never worked. I gave up.
Please, these days it's only iPhone 16 I can speak for, because the iPhone 11 Pro did not work.
So I
They
Wow.
disgraced the
iPhone
iPhone.
6.
So when I got the iPhone 16 now,
You
I
need to
gave it
even be
outside.
rich. You need to be rich first before you.
Honestly, yeah, they were trying to tell me I was
Even
poor. Now it
Oh my
worked.
God, man.
Now it works. So when it comes to digitalization, I really don't trust it. I'd rather there are some things it makes sense to try digitally. That's why I've also tried to do the online housewives thing. But honestly, if you can, on Tuesdays or every evening, like no mornings before 7, if you are watching and you need something from the German government online, okay, 6:54, open the website you want to have access to. 7 o'clock, make sure you are there. Between that 7 and 7:15, 7:30, that's the time that the workers usually activate or update whatever slots they have for the day or for the next day, so that you can have an emergency appointment, like a quicker appointment, that day, same day or the next day, to go and do what you have to do. Because the online thing, it is really tricky. And I understand that they want to do the Verpflichtungserklärung online, but wirklich, geht da mit eigenen Beinen, lauft da rein und macht selber.
No, the thing is, to be honest, too, like I don't think I'll find it hard to trust the whole digital system of whatever application that's going on. Remember what happened also in August? Yes, that was in August as well. There were 250 applications that were missing in Berlin. Online applications, naturalization.
Mhm.
People who wanted to do Einbürgerung. It was wiped out. Well, that was during the whole Microsoft saga, sha. But imagine, just like
That one
imagine
is
that you
just
decided to
Berlin. You
trust.
didn't hear of the one that happened in Köln area. The whole system got. My friend there could not get his stuff for months because they said their system was they were attacked by cyber criminals or something. I'm like, problem.
That's
Like,
the
it's
thing.
crazy. It is really, really crazy. And sometimes I feel like I understand why Germans are a bit hesitant with digitalization and they want to do everything on pen and paper,
They
because
trust
just
it can work.
they go to nonsense.
Yeah,
Of
because
They
of
all
the
the
definitely
people
internet.
you
trust
could
it.
hijack, it is
Hmm.
innocent people's applications that you want to jeopardize. Like,
Do
come
you
on,
understand?
what kind
It's
of hacker are you? You,
ridiculous.
you actually don't have a good plan. You go for a
Yeah,
place where the company owner knows that he has to meet Verkehrssicherungspflicht, Datenschutzpflicht, da, 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 and he'll give you the millions like this. But you have
Yeah.
gone to the States, who has automatic connection with the police. Come on now. But they didn't ask me, because if they had asked me, I'd have given a better consultation. They didn't ask me, so let me not give them free advice. But these are things that make it risky for the German government, who is already high on security, to
Yeah.
freely go out with digitalization. And when it comes to opportunity card, Kelechi asked the question, sorry to take you back. I know someone who came to Germany and
mhm,
with opportunity card. Actually, I know two, but what I've seen that works, and they are from Ghana, obviously. I can't
mhm,
speak on Nigeria. And from Ghana, what I've seen that expedites the whole process or makes it sure or heightens your chances is that you already have somebody in Germany. Because they do ask, you have more points if you have someone in Germany related to
Yeah.
you.
mhm, yeah.
So in both cases, there was either a sibling or a spouse or something, meaning that, again, if you come, your integration should be expedited. You are not
Mhm,
going to be a burden on the state.
Mm.
mhm,
And listen, before the German government will do anything, right? It's not like we are sitting here jabbing them all, but there are some things that they will do. They will do a little bit of due diligence. They
Yeah.
already know how the foreigners act when they come here. And they're already seeing that even when they say come here and study, a lot of people do not actually have the capacity of finding jobs within their field to
yeah.
give back. Because a lot of us come here, we do the free tuition, we only pay the semester Gebühren and blah, blah, blah. Now, find a job in your field and do. Again, no German proficiency.
I think so, yeah.
So it's either they are going back, which means brain drain. So highly qualified people are going to the UK, to Canada, to the US, da, 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 okay. But then, or they stay in and they're not in their field. They rather get married and do something else. So I understand and then sometimes people come here, even for Ausbildung, or they come and we try to put them in Ausbildung. And then, sorry to say, but our people sometimes, they don't want to be flexible. They are like so rigid,
Mm.
and with this Anspruchshaltung, they expected so much from the German government to be given to. My dear, if our government was giving us what we are asking the German government for, we wouldn't be here.
Would you be outside?
You won't be
You wouldn't
here.
be
That's the
here.
truth.
You wouldn't be
So we
here.
come.
So,
Sometimes we
in
come with
as
very
much
high
as
expectation.
this thing looks like a trap, which in some way is, because 14,000, basically you're asking me to bring 20,000 to come here. But if you want to change your life and you are somebody who has planned, 20K means that you have invested, and you wouldn't just throw the chance away like that. This is what they want from you: commitment. And it sounds a lot like, I was thinking about you today after jabbing and jabbing. I was like, imagine I put that much of money into a project for my future, and I think that my future is in that country. I don't know, because it's the same for students who come here to study. I don't know. Go again now.
No, I was saying I quite agree with your point. However, while there are a few people who this is the situation with them, either they come and they're not really committed into the investment that is necessary to integrate quickly. But then there are also a larger majority as well who are willing to do this. Because, for example, those who want to come now with the opportunity card, if they don't take advantage of the time that they have to on the card, it will be on them. If they don't take the time to learn the language, to find a way to integrate as quickly as possible, so as to be able to get a job. While there's no guarantee to get a job, at least if they don't put in the effort that is needed, it will be on them. But the first part is to first get the card first to come, because the unnecessary, I don't know what to call it, that is going on now. Because imagine with do you know what I didn't want to say bureaucracy, because this is beyond bureaucracy. Because if you see the number of people that I will not it feels like a drop of water in the ocean from those that have been handled. Because bureaucracy go be say they do the something, they work self.
I honestly feel like countries were not prepared. See, I feel like a lot of countries are not prepared for this. I feel like the German government just boom. So many
the different embassies in the different various countries, right?
Yeah.
But that is also a general thing in Germany. I'm seeing that the Verwaltung, as in the administrative offices, are overwhelmed.
They are overwhelmed. A lot of them are overwhelmed.
Are they overwhelmed and they are closing by 2:15 on Friday? What kind of overwhelming?
that is one thing. Well, they've always done that. Fridays it's half day, and I think it's worldwide, right? That the government offices on Friday, they don't really care for anybody. But
it's because it's not as if it's an official closing time. It's because nobody questions all of these things. Whatever they like.
My thing is, after COVID, it became more rampant. And the thing is, I also see a lot of them leaving the public offices to the private sector. So not only are there lots of cases of long COVID, but the private sector, because the thing is, most of the people in the public administration offices, I don't know if you know, but like they are also like semi-trained in like the legal field. So with that kind of training that you have, you can basically work in a lot of legal roles. You don't have to be a lawyer, but you can do legal work, So if somebody in the private sector is offering you 2 times, you'll go.
And they should employ the other people
and home office and all that. And these days they also do home office, I'm telling you. Still, they're leaving. Like I personally know of one or two people who've left to go elsewhere. So they have to actually make it more attractive to younger people to want to be trained. And it's not just enough for me to be a public servant and I get private health insurance and I get a better pension plan and whatnot, but they have to be more incentives. Because me, if they offer me something nice, maybe they should add a Bugatti.
A Bugatti. A Bugatti.
Even if I
am I not worth it?
Don't worry, from your house, yes.
IT jobs are also being outsourced. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's true.
Yes.
That's very true.
I'm also seeing a lot of trends on that where companies are like, it's not as if they're no longer hiring people in the IT field from Germany, but they'll prefer to hire outside of Germany.
Because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper,
yes. It's cheaper for them.
Of course, it's cheaper for them and all of that. But if you're going outside, and then I feel like circling back to what Kelechi said earlier, when this whole opportunity card thing started, I don't think they thought things through properly.
They didn't think it through. No. It wasn't a well thought out plan.
They would have really worked hand in hand with company owners to see what actually is out there, what actually works. Because again, you will not say the country needs people, but the companies are supposed to hire
Companies
those people
don't
are
need them.
saying we have a lot of people that we need to let go of.
Let them go.
Do you get? So the balance is not
There's no
balancing.
synergy. There was no synergy.
And then
Like,
one thing is getting a job, another thing is living in the country. Because of course, when you
Yeah.
come here, you need to have some time to find a job, get oriented. Some people are coming from places where they know nothing about tax ID, social security, all those kind of things. You need some time and then the first thing you do when you come here is Almeldon. Once you have an apartment before you Almeldon the apartment, do you get?
This is
So
this is so this is so egoistic. One thing unmarried. Those in their apartments to do the unmarried. You're right, baby girl. You're right.
do you
that's
get?
true.
So that I feel like, I mean, it's not. I'm not saying that they're not trying their best. The country right now, based on the statistics and everything, a lot of old people are still working, and these old people, they need to go and rest because, of course, you've put in so much time trying to work. The younger people are supposed to come up and take over, right? But as Phoebe said, if the younger people are not seeing the incentive to come and take over, I will also stay at home. Do you get? So, in as much as you're trying to make it more interesting and everything, you also have to relax some things. So I know that there was a conversation that was going on then when they were saying, oh, if they really want people to come in, they kind of need to make English like a second language. It's going to
Please.
take a very,
I don't agree with
Please.
that.
Yeah,
very
that's not
I don't
long
agree
agree.
with
time.
I
that
don't
one.
agree with that either.
That's
It's
one.
going
That's
to
one I
like,
don't
I
agree
feel
with.
like I'm not saying I agree with it or not. I'm just saying that it's going to take a very, very long time because a lot of things, I mean,
Even me, I don't want them to take English show because after 20 years, after learning German, what to give English to who? Let us all.
and to be fair, I feel like a country, no, to be fair, I feel like a country like German is something they hold dear to them.
Yes.
Do you get?
They
The
already
only thing
feel
is
like
that
they're missing that part of them, and you people want to come and.
Yeah.
come on, so I'm not saying that they should
No,
take German language out. Of course
they
not.
cannot. Even if they
It's
try,
their
even
country, it's their
outside the
They
thing.
process,
shouldn't.
But
Yeah.
no,
but
they
maybe
cannot.
but maybe they should make the communication clearer. If you're saying people should come for opportunity card, B1 should be the list. So that if you
Yes.
go through
They
the
should not give
B1,
the impression that you can do it with English. Yes.
do you get?
That
If
will
you go
probably
through
be
it,
better.
if you show you die, say if you do one, do you get? Then you feel regret than when you come in. But if you're saying A1 or English, that means if you get English, you fit, do you get? And then you now
And
come
then
now,
they
you
are
see
going
the
through that
reality.
prayer warriors. Oh Lord, let my English go through. Let the person know it's B1. She's right because
Yeah.
you give the
Do
Yeah.
you
person
get?
the impression that it's 50-50. And now the
Chicken.
person is going to collect her money for performing a miracle. No, let let them know what
Yeah.
is expected. Like the way they deal with us here. Klartext, macht es offensichtlich oder macht es einfach, even it's Bestimmtheit, like macht es bestimmt. A is A, B is B.
You know. Yeah.
And because I had a client reach out to me because they want to apply for opportunity card. And for me, even when you come to me for Ausbildung, I ask you, the first thing I ask you German proficiency. Well, he doesn't have the German proficiency for opportunity card. So I said, you know what? To make this a conk issue, that's when you go, there's no way they can deny you. I need you to give me IELTS or TOEFL, give me a Cambridge English proficiency test because you might have studied in English, but it depends on who you meet that day and how they feel. It also depends on how you go for the interview and how you speak. So they might be like, okay, I'm not hearing your English too much that day. Maybe you are nervous or something. Give me something on top of it. I always want to go the extra mile. And some people will be like, oh, this girl, she's too rigid. I'm not rigid, but I don't want you to take my reputation and be like, when I work for you, it didn't work. Rather, let me do 150% and let it work. Okay. So even with English, I go the extra mile. As you were saying, it was not clear whether you need an extra proficiency. I also read that conversation. I said, you know what? For my clients, we're going the extra mile. And even for my clients that we do also with them in Germany together, they might tell you advice, even if you're in Germany, I want you to go and do B1.
Mm. Just to be on
And
the
we will
safe
take that
side.
extra 6 months. And so if because of that you won't work with me, ciao,
No
ciao, kakao,
problem. Mhm.
dann geht zu jemand anderem. Aber du wirst es da auch nicht schaffen. Sorry. For us, we do the longer way, the harder way, but we get it. Okay.
Just
Yeah.
So
it
that is it.
eventually.
Let the people know what's there. And also another thing that Ada was saying was the synergy with the companies. The German bureaucracy is breaking us, not just the bureaucracy, but also the German good is it goodwill? That's the English. Sorry, goodwill. Germans want to save, only Germany knew. They want to save the economy. They want to make profits. They want to reduce taxes. They want to give children a safe environment to
Extra.
grow up. They want to
Mhm.
eliminate children poverty. They want to make it easier for women to go to have children and go back to work. They want to make it
But
attractive for fathers
Yeah.
to stay home and spend time with their
Oh,
children.
the savior,
I've
yeah,
not
the
finished
saving
though. These are
thing.
just seven. I've counted. Of course, they also want to make sure that their old people have dignified
Good life.
healthcare. They want to make sure that the healthcare workers also have a dignified salary, that they also have enough work life balance. That only one country. Why?
Only
At
one
least mafia
country.
somebody at some areas. So we know that this thing in Germany is no good, but everywhere. And jack of all many trades, master of none.
Yeah, what's up
That's the
now?
current
Yeah.
situation we're facing now. Because when it comes to bureaucracy, I think ending of last year, there was this report on Tagesschau, and it was like they said they're going to make the bureaucracy easier for the companies because when it comes to how they deal with the other EU countries, the regulations are so many, da, 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 da. And the new law that came in was only helping like about 5% of bureaucracy they had to go through. And the
Hmm.
company owners, the bosses were just like, it feels like a slap in the face because when they promised this law, we thought it was going to be much better.
Something, yeah.
So the bureaucracy is supposed to be easier, and there has to be some kind of incentive for companies to even at least even those of the foreigners here who came as refugees. If a company takes in a refugee and trains them, give them some kind of incentive, the way you give incentives to companies when they take somebody with handicap. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but there should be some kind of incentives for the companies to also want to say that, okay, even if you don't want to go outside Germany, let's consider people in here,
In here.
you know.
It's a
Well,
very
I always say,
complicated
let me not
matter,
ask you
to be
because if they
honest.
asked me, I'd have told them my mind.
They're giving them proper advice.
Yes.
Are you trying to say
Yes.
something again now?
No. I was just responding to what
Okay.
Phoebe said, that it's a
yeah.
Okay.
complicated issue.
No, but
it's,
I also
it's
want to I
crazy.
also want to say something also related to what Phoebe said. In as much as maybe if still on incentivizing companies, something else too is the asylum seekers. I don't understand. Maybe it's me that don't understand politics, but I don't understand why asylum seekers are not allowed to work because they come in, they actually integrate. These people they speak German more than
Speak
you know.
German.
You get they integrate properly. So, but then if maybe during the hiring process you see someone that and the visa is saying asylum seekers, it's now like the process of getting them to work is so difficult.
So
I don't
difficult.
understand it fully. So I'm just wondering if we already have people that have conquered this language barrier, why are we not using them?
Nay,
If you ask me,
who I go ask. So the thing is, I do work with asylum seekers, and it is not all of them who have mastered the German language. The ones that I have seen, or maybe you see different ones, but
I
the
don't know,
ones where
but
my own eyes
most
don't
times
see.
when I see them, they usually have very good German
Well, it
speaking
depends on the
people.
country, because I always say that it depends on the country that you come from, because the country
Mm.
with a lot of toxic togetherness will cause you not to learn German.
Ah,
So if there are lots of your home people here, for example, if there are lots of Nigerians here, there's for example, you meet a lot of Igbos, nah, you not learn.
yeah.
well,
That's very true. Yeah, that's very
It's
true
as simple
actually.
as that. You will not learn. But I think the motivation behind giving you Aufenthaltsgestattung ohne Arbeitserlaubnis is to motivate you to leave the country because usually you are somebody who has been told to leave. So me
Mm.
allowing you to
Oh,
stay and work means that I'm encouraging you to stay.
I'm
So it's
encouraging you to stay
contradictory.
back. Okay. I
So
see.
it's
okay.
not
Now that
every
makes
asylum
sense.
seeker that is not allowed to work. There are
Ah,
people
okay.
who have Azure. So if you come ask me to give you protection, I say you don't qualify for the protection, don't qualify for refugee protection, don't qualify for asylum eligibility, you don't qualify for subsidiary protection within Germany, you don't qualify for a ban on deportation. That's because you cannot be deported. I have to allow you to stay in the country. And you have now said that you don't agree with it, you're taking the matter to court. I still stand by my decision until the court tells me that I have to allow you to stay. I still stand by my decision that you are not allowed to stay. So if I say it's like you have come to my house. I said you can't stay. Now I've given you water to drink. How about now? They go
They'll
Okay, that
spread
makes
their
sense
legs and want
actually.
to even request for fried rice.
exactly.
Okay.
So
Fried rice and chicken.
until then, bye, honey boo. That's
Okay.
basically the thinking behind it. So
Mm,
there are some people that you still say that now they say they collected my permission to work, because at that point it's obvious that you have to leave the country. You don't have a right to stay. So it's some in the beginning can work,
mm,
but not everyone.
okay. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes sense.
See that information is important.
Yeah,
Of
because see what I
course.
said, I don't understand it. May look as if I just the you get.
Then they
Yeah.
harass them.
But it's like there are people who want to work. There are able-bodied men and women who want to work, but they're not allowed to work. And I feel their pain, because work is usually what fulfills us as human beings. You wake
Yeah.
up, when I go and I come back,
Have
I
something
have
to
enough
do.
money. When your money hits your account on the 30th of the month, how does that feel? And
Feels
it's your
really
own
good.
sweat.
The
So I
Igbos
feel
will say,
them.
Akonesio Bike.
Yes, so
So
It makes you relax and chill, honestly. Yeah,
yes.
I definitely understand. Like
See the
the thing
comments. The
is,
truth is there are lots of jobs, but B2, not B1 level jobs. Thank you. Pa, 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 pa. That's what I've been saying. I've been
it's
saying
the
it. Maybe I
reality
was
then.
not speaking English, but this is what I mean.
even the IT jobs that a lot of people say, because I've made a lot of people say that there are a lot of IT jobs in English. Even that IT job, they won't see the one that is not in English. If you're not in Berlin or Stuttgart and Munich, sorry, you
Yeah.
have to
They
be
sure
Even
want
able
you
to
to
write
Stuttgart
speak some
here.
B2.
some form of they
Leave
want you to speak
Stuttgart.
some form
Leave
of German.
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart is what
Leave
Stuttgart self no follow. I think Berlin is a different country because Berlin is not
Yes.
part of what we are talking about.
Yeah,
I think Berlin
it's
is
very
different because
If I
even
have
international.
a
their
Berliner,
setup, even though they're a
I
federal
stand to
country.
represent my country.
Wait, I was about to give you guys positive something, but I will take you back.
No, but to
I
be
think
fair, I feel
Berlin
yeah.
has been able to make use of their, how do they call it, their Selbstverwaltung, like their own way of governing themselves in such a way that it's easy for them to create office, like the way they have their own LEA, they have their own Einbürgerungsbehörde and everything. It's laudable, and it makes it more attractive for people to
Yeah.
come there and settle.
Yeah.
But the rest, it's a matter of, and of course they have to do with. I mean, they are close to Bundestag. Meine Güte,
I
actually, I
mean,
know how to hail you people.
close to Bundestag is one thing. And to be honest, you think because you're close to Bundestag, it will actually be stricter. But I also feel because there are a lot of foreigners here, you really don't have a choice. Sort of. Do you get? So even if they want to
Yes.
make it like very, very strict, if the foreigners are sort of bigger, I have to say more in number in comparison to the Germans themselves,
It's
you'll find
almost like
yourself
you're
relaxing.
bending to the
Do you
yeah.
get? Find
I
yourself
feel
relaxing a
Yeah.
you.
little bit. So that's what's
Yeah.
happening. And
There's
I,
power
I
in
can
number.
complain. I cannot complain. I can tell
Yeah.
you, I don't see myself living any other German city.
Oh
My
my
time in
god.
Berlin
Yeah.
was short. I was in Berlin for maybe almost a year and a half. But man, I miss Stuttgart, and I'm so glad I'm back.
You
Because
were
Ah,
there for
y'all
work.
rowdy, y'all.
yeah. I visited. I was in Berlin for a job interview, and when I got there, I was like, no, no, no,
It's
this
a
is
word
not the
of
This
city.
its
is
own.
not
No.
for me.
This is
It's a
not the
world of
city
its
for me.
own.
What
Now,
did you
like
also see
But the
gold
funny thing
gold in
is
their
that
gives me
pants?
Lagos
Did you see
vibes.
people wearing golden pants,
I'm
silver
telling
shiny?
you, seriously, God's vibes.
Yes.
I met my friend who I was in an apartment. And I was like, how are you people surviving in this Berlin? Because it's like everybody's crazy in this city.
but we are surviving. So far, so good.
So
Can't you tell?
it is no. It's something
But to
else.
be
Like,
honest, the first time I came to Berlin, I also stayed in Stuttgart when I first came to Germany for a while. And I'm like, oh wow, this city is so serene and clean. And I came to Berlin, I was like, where am I?
what's happening?
What's going on? But
What's going on?
because I was studying in Berlin, I didn't have a choice. So I had to kind of stay and adapt. And now I actually really like the place. We just have a way of doing our own things that makes it easier for us. And we know ourselves, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do you get?
True.
You
Have
see
you been to the
someone,
market at Ghent?
I've been to some market. I don't know if it's the one again.
Okay, there's one at Bedding. They open on
Bedding.
Wednesdays and Saturdays. And when you
Did I,
go,
did I hear
you see
Bedding?
boiled corn, you see isiewu, you see
Really?
fresh fish,
Serious.
you see a box of mango for €2. I have a blog on it. I think you should check it out.
Yeah, I think I watched the video
Really?
you made on that.
Yes, and that's the only thing I miss about Berlin. I'm sorry. Because
Wow.
Really? Actually, I will
the
look for the
fresh
place.
everything. Oh, it's
Are they
called
still
Genta
in?
Markt.
Are they still
Actually,
in existence? I be they've
Oh
closed
yes,
shop.
it's every Wednesday and
Really?
every Saturday.
Okay. I'll
Everything on
look for the place.
Angebot, and they are shouting like in Africa. 2 Euro, 2 Euro, 2 Euro.
That is what we are here for. That's that's what we are here for.
I'm just
Oh
no,
telling you.
my god. Oh my god,
no,
man.
Berlin
I
is
feel
quite
everyone
chill.
should
It's
experience
chill when
Berlin.
no, but for me, Berlin is cool to visit, have a weekend getaway, run away from the madness. Because I
Yes.
personally feel
You
like
don't stay in Berlin? Kelechi, I thought you stay in Berlin.
no,
No,
Where do you see this
everybody
woman?
Berlin now.
Where do you stay?
It's because
I've always just assumed you stay in Berlin because I feel like
she's
no,
always
girl, Berlin
visiting.
is
she's always
Berlin
in
is
Berlin.
Berlin is too big. But I'm always in Berlin. I live like an hour 30 minutes, so I can always hop in and hop
Yeah.
out without
Pop
any
out.
issues. But like the few
Which
times
is
I've been there, especially in summer, God damn, like when you enter the train, everybody's squishing together. I'm like, what the actual like you hardly get into the sub train and it's like free, except you're like leaving the outskirts of a certain city. Hi Sandra, she said hello to the champion bee. Hi. You won't say hello to
Hi.
our other guests. Hi.
hi.
I was gonna say, go and collect your high at another place.
You know, the thing is,
No,
I'll be
but
there to say,
Kelechi.
but as they mentioned my name, let me be humble. Hi, Sandra.
No, but Kelechi, the
Oh,
reason we are like that in Berlin is because in the club we are fine. You know.
Okay. Sorry.
don't be
So-
angry. Oh.
Sorry, don't vex.
Excuse man. No best.
We
No,
that
but
we
yeah,
are
I don't have
neighbors.
your vibe and
We are in our
everything.
house, we are neighbors, we are not family members.
Really?
No
Yeah,
Berlin slander.
But
No,
you know,
Berlin is cool.
these are the advantages of big cities like this, yes. So, such that with the opportunity card, for example, that you're talking about, in terms of looking for jobs and stuff, it seems to or it appears to be a little bit easier in cities like this, that are super,
Mm. But
super,
no,
are
no, you're
supposed to
saying
be
appears to be.
cities.
Remember that this opportunity card is not being applied for in Germany. We're talking about the consulates outside.
Mhm.
I don't know if you get my
No,
point.
no.
So
Yeah, I get the point that you're playing from us. I'm saying that when you then come to Germany,
Yeah, because you
that
have to settle
if
in and do your
yes, you have to
registration.
settle
Because I
in
just
if you
started
are in
that
the
registration,
process.
big
transaction,
cities, yeah.
yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah.
generally,
Yeah.
or at least if you are searching for the jobs in big
Mm.
cities,
One of
then
those big cities gone will go hard for you to find jobs. So
Yes.
hey, oh my
that's the
god,
thing now. When there are more opportunities, but there are also a lot of more competition. But
the
in the smaller
competition is
cities, there are
crazy.
even less opportunities with much more German requirements.
That's the thing.
That's
You
As
that's
speak
opposed
very
German
to
correct.
before. Did you
That's
hear?
opposed to
very
the
correct.
big
There are some job openings I'll see sometimes with the small German I can speak, and I see mother tongue level. If I say you have no mother tongue, I beg
yeah.
this you. Everyone, next one. The one I'm managing for myself, but telling you mother tongue. Who is this? Please send the link to the market. Okay. I'm new in
Okay.
Berlin. I'm looking for markets to find Nigerian food. Okay, we're going
Stop
to
confusing. The name it's not a link. Okay. It's not. The name is Ghent, like the city in Belgium. Ghent.
GENT.
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 Let me write
Genta
it in the
Market.
chat.
Genta Market. Okay. You
ER,
take the
no?
U6.
Genta Markt. Okay.
Yeah. I think you take the U6 Richtung Kotschumachar.
Ah, got
Anyways, yeah. bedding. I've forgotten. I think it's called Leopoldsplatz. They normally do flow mark there. Yes.
Oh yeah, I
So
think I know
the
the
stop
place.
is called Leopoldsplatz.
I've gone there to
And
buy turkey wings before.
okay.
Very
It's not an
nice.
African store. It's like an open market.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like an open market.
as you are walking into the market, you know that our African auntie will not go for a store. So she will stand before the market enters, like at the market stand, and she'll sell pepper there. She'll sell aubergine. She'll sell garden eggs. She'll sell okra. So before you enter the market, if that African auntie has left, know that the other market too is about to close because maybe she has finished the market. So we have to go very early.
Now
so
you
that
really
meet
sabi
African
road
auntie.
though.
And then
I say live there for 1 year.
hold
For
cash.
1 year.
Let me
Talking
do
about
my
food,
No,
advice.
Phoebe
that
and
has
food.
to be
The
food.
Phoebe has a very good relationship with food.
With
That's
food.
it.
So what has to do
I
with
was
food?
born
Don't
to
worry.
eat. I live to eat. Yes. So let me advise her fully so that she does not miss road. Okay.
Oh my
Hold
God.
cash. Okay. Hold cash. If she says €2, you say auntie, 3 for 5 for your baby. Because that's what I said. Now just 3 for 5.
Oh my
So
goodness.
just check it out. And Wedding, I think the stop is called Leopoldsplatz. And you take the U6. I think it's multiple U-Bahns that stop there, but I usually took the U6 because I was living in Jakob Kaiserplatz. I mean Charlottenburg. That's where I was living. So that's the connection, the direction I came from. Yeah. So please check it out. If you need any Berlin information, it's Ada. I live in Stuttgart now, so I forgot almost everything about Berlin.
No,
But there
speaking
was
of
an African store around.
yeah, I was going to say for African stores in Berlin, you can check out Punjab. Punjab is
Okay.
around Oslo.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Punjab it's not just African, they're also Indian things, yeah,
It's
but it's
I
part
was
Indian.
of
about
It's
to say
definitely
Punjab is an
some
Indian
what?
something. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Asian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
Asian. And then
usually it's Asian shops that sell cheap things now. That's the thing
I
that we
think
have
from
missed. If you go to African shops owned by Africans, they're always doing anyhow. But that's not to say we should not patronize our people, patronize them. But just know that the Asian stores are cheaper.
well,
You know,
Punjab, well,
there's
no,
this
I won't say Punjab is cheaper, just that they have a variety of things. For
of
example,
things.
you'll be able to find things like catfish you get in a place like
Mm.
Punjab. But if you go to maybe another African store around, you might not find
And this
something
one,
like
Exo,
a catfish. There's also
Exomarkt.
Exomact.
And
Yeah,
Exomarkt is, I believe,
it's Turkish.
is it Turkish? No,
Yeah, I
So we're
think
no,
it's
saying.
Turkish.
no.
So we're
When I
saying.
went, there was Africans there.
Really, I think
It was
Easy
African
and the
owned.
Exomact, maybe. Yeah,
Exomarkt, EXOMARKT.
I think it's Turkish. There's also the Bolu store.
No, when I went, it was African.
Maybe I'm mistaking it for something else.
Yeah, Exomarkt is Kuchumacher Alley. That's why I was mixing it up with Kuchumacher. Exomarkt is Kuchumacher Alley. So
And then there's also Asian Might. So and then these stores I'm saying you can find them anywhere around because it's like a franchise. Do you get?
And I
But if you're
think we should
looking
do a
for
video about this, like for people who are Africans in Berlin and don't even know their way
yes,
around.
and
We
also
should do a
Moabit
video.
really,
also has more of these stores because food is similar to that of the Asians, the Middle
yeah,
Yeah.
East. Yes, so
yeah.
some things you find there as well. And even let's even stop talking about African food. You people, you are here to integrate. You're asking me to tell you where to find this food.
See, that's the thing. You see, we
Eat.
speak where our stomach faces.
It's somebody that have eaten food first that we have energy to be
No,
complaining.
the thing is, you have to try. The thing is, if you are new in Germany, African foods are going to be more heavy on your budget. That's just the truth. Because she's
Yeah.
telling you about try other stores that are cheaper on your budget or cheaper on your pocket. Because I don't know, but African foods generally are more expensive than the regular
They're
foods that
important
you see
now.
in
Yeah.
German
They're
stores.
important.
So before you
Yeah.
come to Germany, know how to survive. That's why in Ghana, I don't know about Nigeria, but in Ghana, we had a course called vocational skills. And first part of that course was called life skills. And within life skills and vocational skills, they teach you how to cook, how to fry egg, how to bake cake.
And I want that home economics.
I want to make
Yes.
Okay.
Now, in Ghana, they used to call it life skills.
Mhm.
And now I understand why. So before you come to Germany, I remember it was Ogena who was doing this series on Instagram. Things I wish I knew how to do before coming to Germany.
Yeah, so these people.
And one of them,
I
to be
finished my money in
honest,
this
not because I
country.
love food. It's not because I love food. It's simply because it's a life skill. Know how to cook. Know how to join onion, pepper, tomatoes together to make something edible to eat. Because tomato is one of the cheapest things you find in a German store,
Yeah.
especially the pre-packed one. It's 65 cents for 500 ml. You can make stew to eat for three days. Okay. Um, just know how to cook, because if you keep eating out, it's going to be very expensive. Okay, once in a while you can eat a donut, because donut will make you drink water the whole day. It will keep you full. But even donut used to be 250 when I first came.
I don't know. It's
Now,
now expensive. Inflation
Eight
has
huh.
affected
For
euros.
you
it.
guys that need to do natural. When I was
Look at
hearing
what
But
this
that, I
donut
was
is
camera
like,
is
for
doing.
donut
seven
is
I'm
not
just
euros.
just
zooming
real.
out to show you
Ghana is
that
for rich
inflation
people
has
now. It's
arrived.
not. I think it's now like €6. So
You said
Seven
6 euros.
euro, €7
It's
Eight,
like
50.
it's almost
eight.
10 euros my area. Oh.
It's
ah,
eight
€7
euros.
thank God I
50.
don't even used to
Hmm.
even
Eight
bother to buy
euros.
it. Things that I've written that I'm not buying in this country again. Donut is one of it.
Serious.
I've
But
If
never
I
the
been
eat
time
to
that
donut,
donut
I'll
Japan.
never go
almost
to
finished my
McDonald's.
money. Do you know the donut
Donut is
store? At
expensive
some
now.
point, they knew me. Once I come, the guy will say, Ima, I say, yes.
Regular. The first time I had
Regular
donut in
custom.
this
Sam
country,
Kunde.
I had
Finish my money.
indigestion.
I say I'm not doing again, please. The moment
So
they
for me,
said
that was
I
a
reached
very
six
good.
euro, not doing again.
After having indigestion from my first taste of donut in Germany, I knew that okay, this is not what to consume my money. So I stopped eating it with that bread. And then when I have to eat it outside, it's always with the side of pumice. But then at the end of the day, it just doesn't do justice to my taste buds. Somehow I'm like, it's not a fave and it's not something I'll
Yeah.
spend money on. So when I was hearing about donut price increase, I'm like, whoa, see you people that are
It's
eating
you people
donut,
that know.
I'm allergic.
you
Ah,
don't really
not concern
concern
people.
me.
Oh. I'm a fan.
See?
I'm a serious fan.
Oh, nice. Anthony said,
Yeah.
honestly, for the past 1.5 years living in Deutschland, the language is important and makes things easier. Definitely.
True.
You don't have to be perfect, but when Deutsch can understand you when you speak, das genug. Ja, du hast richtig gesagt.
Yeah, that's true.
Correct. Yeah.
Take your two. Take your two, Anthony. Jimmy two. Jimmy two. Jimmy two.
Phoebe, this is the kind of thing that is to make you happy.
I've
Well,
been people love to learn to teach people that are
No,
making
because
efforts with
the
German
job I
language.
do, I see it like it's like I grew up in Ghana, right? Even just the four of us sitting here now. I grew up in Ghana. But the fact that I can understand some Igbo makes it easier for Kelechi to bond to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine I've never been to Nigeria before. I've never stepped a foot in Nigeria before. I've never even breathed Nigerian air before. But the
Wow.
fact that my grandma
By
just
the
put
way,
it
we
in
don't
my mouth
recommend, but sure.
and I grabbed some of what she taught her children and her grandchildren. Look at how
Mm.
it helps me to break borders, even within Germany, with other Nigerians. And
Mm.
now I'm living in Germany and I can't speak German. I have no
That's a
excuse.
disturbance,
There are
yeah.
Nigerians when they go to Ghana, even the Nigerians who have never been to Ghana too, when I say I'm from Ghana, they'll be like, it's a sign. I'll tell them this is not my tribe's language. I'm not somebody from the Ashanti or from the Akan tribe. But I
Mm.
understand that. So I understand that they also want to strike, some kind of
Some sort
connection
of,
with me by
yeah.
connection.
speaking my language. So why
Mm.
is it that when it comes to German, it's an exception? And then
Yeah.
you know how I always say that Nigerians are the hardest people to impress because Nigerians, sorry, we are full of ourselves. You people are full of yourselves. When it comes to food,
It's
Nigerians
not our
think there's
fault like that.
the
It's
Nigerians think
We're
there's
not
nothing
proud.
better than Nigerian
Why
food,
you
right?
proud? Okay,
And
now you're
I grew up with a
proud.
Nigerian grandmother. It's something that she instills in you. It took Germany to humble me and traveling
Mm.
around the world to humble me that life is beyond my nationality. Okay.
Yeah.
But even when
Yeah.
Nigerians, after jabbing Ghanaian food from afar, when they come to Ghana and they try kinky with pepper and fish, they like it because obviously there's a reason why a whole country will be surviving on that food without throwing it away.
Yeah.
In
Mm.
the same
Yeah.
way, a
Yeah.
Ghanaian will come to Nigeria and they will see amala from afar and be like, "What is this yellow
Okay.
thing that this amala is swimming in?" But when they try it, they'll be like, "Oh, it is like our tuoza, or no, our kokonte, but even better."
Mm.
You get, or a mix of kokonte and tuozafi, and even better. So just being open to
Yeah.
the culture, the food, the people. But if you sit away and you say that Germans are too liberal, they don't pray. You that you are praying, what are we seeing? You are praying for what they have, and you're telling me they don't pray. So because of that, you are better than them. My dear, nobody's better
Unnecessary
than anybody.
bullshit.
Nobody's inferior to anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's superior to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Just
you're very correct with this thing you said about food. I don't know if you know this Instagram. Since we don't talk much, but yeah, it's part of it. There's this Instagram food critic, Okoyemi. He's
I've
Nigerian. I
seen,
don't
I've
know if
Oh
you
seen.
know
yeah.
him.
Mm.
Yeah, he's always saying it on his page that Nigerians like to feel like something else when it comes to food. Like they like to feel superior to most other African countries when it comes to food. And I personally think it's true, but it's
Maybe that why they
wrong.
know they give us appointment letter for embassy.
Ebi,
Because people
This
will not
has to be the
Ebi,
reason.
disintegrate.
it be
You will
like,
not integrate.
It's possible, you
it
know?
be,
Like
I mean, like,
it be
the
like.
pride of Nigeria
But
is
but
too much.
but to be fair to people who are not very adventurous with food, because I'm one of those people that are not very adventurous
There are two
adventurous
people in
with.
this group. Or Ada,
So
you can add yourself.
sometimes,
Move to the top.
yeah,
Add yourself.
no, I'm
sometimes it
adventurous.
might not
So
necessarily
That's why
be
we are
a thing
here,
of.
besties.
So sometimes I think that it might not necessarily come from a place of pride. I think a lot of times it just comes from, I don't know if it's a psychological thing. For example, there's so many food I don't eat, not just outside of Nigeria, even within like for example, I don't eat amala because for the life of me, I cannot understand the color of amala and
It's
things like
fermented
that.
cassava,
It,
right? Or
I
fermented
even
maize.
though I know what it is,
Yeah.
it's just in my mind, it's just there's just an
It just
obstacle that just yes, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Like
Even
green
within
red
our Igbo food, there's
what's
some
going on?
local dishes that when they bring it, I'll say, "Oh, why in God's name are we eating this?" Do you know? So it's not even necessarily because of
so you eat rice.
yes, but it depends on the way they even do it. There's the way they will do the rice. I will even say, "Why is this rice looking like this? Why?"
There's this
Oh,
food
you are,
that
you are a
Phoebe
picky
posted the other
eater.
day. I think
Yeah,
sticky
I'm a
rice
very
and
okay,
picky,
needs
mango.
very,
prayers.
very, 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 very picky eater. Like it's very bad. And I think I fact now that I'm grown up, I'm blaming my parents for that because it's their fault. That time when
It's
I
not
was
his
saying no,
fault.
I don't want this, they should have forced me to eat it. But because
What
of
if
Not
it
their
has
force.
planets to
Not
do?
force. Because I have nieces and
Mhm.
nephews. When, for example, when I make something new and we are the family dinner, and then it's like we all always have to bring something, and then I bring something from Ghana, or I even sometimes take a recipe from maybe Israel or something. I cook it. I'm like village need. Then the parents will say, "Try it before you judge."
then I be the
Mm.
first one. Maybe it's the word I'm using, but it's
Yes,
some me.
yeah,
Then if I
encourage,
just say
encourage.
yeah, if I just say I don't like this, forget it, you're not eating it. Just my younger ones, they only me. I would even try. They wouldn't even chop some things. My brother does not. If you do anything, you put onions inside, he's not gonna eat it. If you do anything, you do crayfish that he
I
can
think your
see,
own is hereditary because
he's
if
not
it's all
gonna.
of the children, it's hereditary.
Yeah. No, but Lucky is asking. He's
Yeah,
saying what cheaper cities to move to with the
to
Chancenkarte. Like
something happen.
he
Yeah.
wants, how do
See,
you say,
don't consider cheap city. This is what me I used to say to people. Don't look at price of city because it's price of city that will put you inside in places that
One
you
chance.
find it difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, one chance. Find it
to
difficult to
even
settle
leave.
because you are
Yeah.
looking for a cheap city. That's how I was looking for a cheap city
Yeah.
for school. I ended up going to school in Visma. That city, nothing is happening there. I had I had to come out. I saw Shege Banza in that city. So don't look at it from the concept of cheap. I think you
Yeah.
should look at it from what is possible, the opportunities in the city,
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
like that, as opposed to cost of living in the city. Because if you're living in one village, you're spending small money and you're not able to find work, your money will
Mm.
still finish. And then
That's the
That's the
truth.
thing.
yeah,
True that.
so
And okay, maybe
That's
this
true.
this what I want to say right now will probably come under what I want to ask all of us right now. So we've been able to establish that regarding this opportunity card, there's a heavy flaw which we've seen, and that is the lack of synergy between the German government, who what's the word? Who what's the English word? Hey, Chineke.
States in Deutsch.
Erstellt, nee, nicht Erstellung. The hot thing here is that we've been able to establish the fact that they shall know. Okay, now
They
for you.
passed the law
There-
or they
Yeah, there's
created
no
it.
synergy between
They
this law that
established
was
it.
passed. Thank you, that's the word. That's what I'm looking for. Like, there's no synergy between this law that was passed in Germany And the first of all, the companies that are here in Germany, as well as the German consulates in foreign countries, right? So the question for us now would be, if you could propose any change to make this whole concept of the opportunity card realistic in such a way that people can actually, like, we are seeing, like, it's physical, we are seeing the results. Did you understand? Like, what would you say? What would you, what suggestions would you first like suggest, right? That's the first one. And then the second thing I also want to ask is, like, if you have suggestions for anyone who wants to migrate to Germany with this opportunity card route, what would it be?
Let
So
me
these are
apply
the
lip
two things we
shine
have.
before I say what I want to say.
Oh my god. Maybe I'll start. I'll start off with the people down to apply for the opportunity card. What they should be thinking about. We've said already that learning the language is very important. So
Mhm.
that cannot be overemphasized. It's important to learn the language as much as possible to improve your chances in finding a job. Next thing would be the field that you're trying to go into. Be
Mm.
realistic with the field. Don't come, not to say that this is not possible. Let's use a random example. For example, say someone who is doing art appreciation and be expecting that you're going to find a job so quickly, because that is so abstract. While there
Yeah,
are, of course, going to be jobs, but imagine the number of jobs that are going to be available in a field like that.
like
So if
that.
you need to learn something else, if you need to pivot already before coming, then already do that. So don't be unrealistic with your expectations of what you're going to be seeing here, in terms of job. In the video I made one time, I was talking about how that you should bear in mind, just like Ada has said, that people are here that are already part of the system before that were kicked out. So
Mm.
competition that you have is strong competition. Now you are coming to looking for job. You are competing with people who already know the system. They've been in the workforce here and they understand how the system works. So you need to be coming with your A game. So coming expecting that you're going to be given a job with a mediocre competence would be very, very unrealistic. So if you're coming, make sure that you're coming with your A game, you're putting your best foot forward, and you're not expecting things. You are ready that you're going to be going out there to work for things. Someone had talked about location. To consider locations. Maybe we're not just looking at just like I said, cost should not be the main thing. You're looking at opportunities. You could also look at places where maybe it's not a big city, maybe it's a small city, but it's close to bigger cities. You can easily stay there. So, for example, Wuppertal is a very small. It's not a very small city, but it's a small city, but it's so central. You have Dusseldorf
Mhm.
close by, Köln, Bonn, so you have really big cities around. So if you can do something like that, that would be great. You can live cheaply and still be able to access a lot of these opportunities. So research is very, very important, and not expect that people who are like, for us, we're making a lot of videos on all of these things, but it'd be impossible for us to give you all the information that you need. So be ready to go and look for those information yourself without expecting that
Yeah.
the one video that you watched is enough.
Just
It's
to
not
save your
enough.
life.
No,
Or
Yeah.
it's
contact
not.
Kelechi for consultation. She's
Of course,
affordable.
Oh
that's
yes, I'm
also
actually
that's
available. Yeah,
also that's also
Yeah.
another thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because
also another
the
way.
thing is, the information is there, but you need somebody in Germany to explain
To
to you the
coach
things
you,
you're
to
reading.
guide you through the process. That's very
Yes,
correct. That's very correct.
Yeah.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, that one that's still there as well. So which means that you should be willing to, pay for
invest.
this service, because this is going to take
It's
a lot of
extra
time
time
on
for
the
the
person's
person.
side.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
to be able to
Yeah.
yeah to be able
Oh,
to do that. The important thing is to know that the videos you are watching on YouTube, while they are very informative and they contain a lot of good stuff, it is not enough.
It's not
yes.
enough.
It's
No,
not
it's
enough.
definitely not
So
enough.
try and get
Yes.
more, as much as you can. And then in terms of, I don't talk plenty things. Hope I don't forget that part. in terms in, in terms of collaboration with companies, we had talked previously about
Mm.
incentives. So incentives would be great, such that companies are able to absorb more people, either for just startup opportunities, because sometimes
Yeah.
the what people need is that first opportunity. Maybe they are not there for so long, maybe they are able to stay there for a couple of months, and then they have some experience, because I find that a lot of German companies as well would want someone who has German experience, because I had the same experience as well. Some headhunters had reached out to me a couple of times, and then when they went back to the guys who sent the message, those ones said, because she's not a German trained architect, and she does not have experience in a German architectural office, it made it a little bit more difficult for them to go ahead with a lot of these opportunities. So I think some of these opportunities for people, just the way they do house building, that people are able to, first come in and get maybe a little bit of experience or German experience, maybe that would help to then place people in places where they're able to, do a lot of this or fill up a lot of these positions. Another thing could be maybe to have a proper listing. I know that Make It in Germany site, they have a lot of job listings there that companies that they work with or something. I don't know that. So maybe if this could be a lot more robust, such that it's easy to find the companies as well. They are also aware. Some companies don't even know that there's something like Make It in Germany. So maybe there could be much more information here for people, like for maybe companies like this, especially for really big multinationals that can actually afford, to take up a lot of these people, because sometimes it might be unrealistic to imagine or to expect that every company in Germany would be able to take in people just because the government wants to take in people, But bigger multinationals usually are able to absorb more people. So maybe that could be something, and I think they should also be realistic with numbers, because they tell us 400,000 last year. Next 2 years, we'll still 400,000. Every year is 400,000 they're looking for every single year. We don't know where they're getting their numbers from. How did they actually come up with these 400,000 numbers? The people that they got those numbers from, they should let us know so that they can, if these companies say I need 100 people, okay, you already tell us say you need 100 people, so let us already just bring 100 people for you. Do you understand? So as opposed to say we just have some numbers that we just think in our mind is what we need, even though we don't know where these numbers are, lacking from. So with these few points of mine.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, you said no, but to be honest, okay, you said a lot of things that are very, very important. Do you get? But I was going to add like a few things. First of all, when it comes to the candidates themselves, let's say, for example, by God's grace, you get the opportunity card, and I know that they say you have 1 year to start looking for a job. Yeah, 1 year to get a job and all of that to convert into like a proper settlement. How do you say? Residence permit. You get, yeah. The thing is, what I would personally recommend, once you come, calm down a bit and spend some time learning this German, because you need to be focusing on playing the long game. Do you get? You need to be focusing on playing the long game. And to be honest,
you're my babe.
Love you, boo. And to be honest, a lot of us, when we came in, we kind of gambled on that opportunity, and that's why it's taking us longer now to learn German. Even though, yes, comparatively speaking, we are settled, blah blah blah, but we know that in order for us to be fully
between you and your mirror,
you don't feel light yourself.
Yeah.
You know that if for you to like have your feet in the ground, you need this language. Otherwise, things will just be flying over you all the time.
Yes.
You get? Now we're talking about politics.
The glass ceiling,
You get? The truth of the matter is, once you come in, there are certain conversations that you might not be interested in, but with time you begin to get interested in them. I can't believe that I'm looking at CDU, SDU, AFD. At this my age,
because it affects you, because it affects you directly.
It affects me.
Yeah.
And then each time I go to the comment section,
okay, maybe you are watching the political conversation, but you are not
watching
watching
it now.
Very important.
They're really important. Do you get? However, when I first came, my problem was, how do I come out, or how do I get residence permit? Do you get? So the thing is, you're supposed to focus on playing the long game. And the easiest way is to grab this German. And the easiest way for you to grab German is when you don't have work calling you from here, this calling you from there, that one calling you from there. But if you spend that first 3-4 months doing intensive German, you will get this language. And once you get it, you begin to now practice and practice and practice and practice. So even if they're telling you ish hade, ish gay, that one don't even do you get. Do you get? So that's one thing. So you have to already have like that mindset that if you're coming here, don't think you will rugged your way through. We say sometimes, yeah, you
Even
might, but
self-taught in
it's not very
Deutschland.
recommended. Yeah, it's really not very recommended. And also on top of that, you should also have in mind that you're coming to another person's country.
Ada.
To be
You're
honest,
first a foreigner.
You are
you
first
get
a foreigner.
you're coming
Always will
to,
be, as a matter of
so your
fact.
voice should kind of be
Come
low.
down.
Quite low.
I'm so happy because
Relax.
somebody is saying what I usually say. And people will be like, oh, she's so up there. She's so up there.
Do like this. Do like this.
This is
Do
what
like this.
happiness looks like. I've been
Yes, because
vindicated. You know, the Lord said to me that, Phoebe, I will vindicate you. Oh, God.
Today is your day of vindication.
because if it's sure for you for where you they come from, why you they live there?
Why
you
did
did
you there?
The people that are
Yeah.
where they are right
Bang,
now,
bang. Say that again.
they,
Say that again.
they know how they put their country together. You won't come leave your own. Come they tell them how to
How
direct
to
and
Do
lead
their
their
own.
own. You get?
Yeah.
If you come, calm down.
Quite low, yeah. Calm down.
Calm down.
It's
You
not every
won't come
time
here.
Germany needs to do this one. Germany needs to do that one.
You, how many have you
Germany
done?
does not have
You
a
have
policy.
it.
Germany should have done it like this. Go and advise
Germany
these
said.
things. If
It's
you
not
have
even
advice,
Germany. It's say Germany.
I'm telling
It's
you,
you
you
have
gotta
advice
Germany.
advise
T-Pain.
people.
T-Pain will hear your voice.
Yeah.
How many have you done? If you sure you go as a rock, go tell them all your
Go
nice
tell
ideas.
Tinubu say something. You did not do something
Honestly,
like this.
honestly.
Eh?
You
The
get?
same
Because
Tinubu
this
who
thing
came
is
to Ghana's inauguration party and slowed down
Mm.
the whole pace. Ghanaians were like, who is this?
Yeah.
We do.
because
This block is our
Our
boss.
president is managed by that guy.
to be honest,
Nigerians
you know
are
how it is. You
trying.
come here, be like, oh yeah, German bureaucracy. Me, if you tell me to wait for 4 months, I am ready to wait.
The main thing
If
is that
they
you will still get it, Abby.
Do
You will
you
get
get?
it. So
This
just
the way the
chill.
system works is that
if you
sometimes they tell
qualify,
you,
you qualify. There's no two
sometimes they
ways
tell you, so long
about
as you've
it.
applied, you can be working and doing what you want to do
What you
until
do,
we have your
yeah.
time. Unlike some people, you don't go tell me anything, then you go still give me net. You do get. So the way the system works, they know that they are slow with certain things. However, that's the way they
They
do
will
their
still
thing.
do it. That's how their system is built, and that's how they've been running it for years.
Do we want it to get improved? Of course we do, but in the meantime,
We'll manage what we have.
Manage
if you
what
tell
you
me
are
to
given.
wait,
Because truly, if
With
it was
joy.
better
With
where
joy
you're
and
coming
smile
from,
on your
you wouldn't be
face.
Please,
here.
my lip
That's
gloss
true.
is drying. I don't want to reapply. People will say that this girl is vain. Let me say my own before my lips dry.
please say your own, Phoebe.
No, Ada, are you done? Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
First of all, I really want to know why did we have to introduce the Fachkräfteeinwanderungsgesetz, also known as the opportunity card, or which entails the opportunity card, known as Chancenkarte, because we have the job seekers visa,
That's
we
another
have the
angle.
workers visa, and I just didn't know why. I think they just had to sound it out that Germany is in need of qualified workers, and Germany wants to put a stop to people who come here and depend on the German coffers. But honestly, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, inside we don't have the manpower to regulate all these things, like to enforce all these changes that are coming in. It's just the truth of the matter. Okay,
Yeah.
COVID ruined some things for us, and Germany is overwhelmed in different things. But as I just said, if you are doing your part, whatever is going wrong usually doesn't affect you that much. If you are doing your part, it doesn't affect you that much. And German is hard enough on its own, even if you can speak the language. It's hard because you are going to be facing culture that is different. And the culture is not just, how people, they celebrate their holidays and stuff. Even at work, the culture is different. So if you don't come with this open mind that Ada is talking about, you are in for a very long ride. And
Right.
I keep saying this, if it worked at home, the way you do things at home, if it had worked, we wouldn't be here. And doesn't mean that you are looking down on our countries or we are looking down on our culture or anything. It is just the gospel truth. And Germans have a way of doing their things. Germans will complain and the complaint will get somewhere. The complaint.
Learn German 1, learn German 2, learn German 3.
Yes. It's just what
Just
it
learn
is.
German.
Basically, learn German. The first thing to do is learn German. And the thing is, it's not only Germany that has this learn German thing. I have a friend who studied in Norway, and she had a first-class master's degree. But because she was lacking the language, like she's concentrated so much on getting that Norwegian degree, right? And because she didn't speak the language, it was hard for her to get a job. And she later had to leave. So it is not just German. And people will be like, make English a second language. My dear, go to Czech Republic. They only speak English to you if you want to order something. The rest is their language. What's the name for the Czech language? Do they call it Czech? I don't even know. Czechish of Deutsch, but how they call it in English, I don't know. I think it's Czech. But they speak their language as well. So why is that when it comes to Germany, people want to dictate to Germany what Germans should do? People apply for asylum, right? And then they'll be like, well, Germany is supposed to protect me. It is your father's job to protect you,
Protect
honey
you, yeah. Why do your government
fact
not
that
protect
Germany
you?
is a country that is ruled by the states of law means that it will only protect you if the law allows it to. But if the law doesn't allow it, no. And then you'll be comparing what, like, the way Kelechi came to Germany is different from how IFB came to Germany. She might be similar to Ada or to Ogena, but then you realize that other factors in their lives are different. Ogen has told us already, her husband and her were living separately before they got together or whatever. They were living in 2 different cities in Germany. It's different from somebody who joins a husband in Germany and studies. It's different. So what maybe Ogena's husband can cover her with, your husband, who is not your husband on paper because you have not yet done the legal marriage, cannot do for you. Please don't be comparing. Like, this thing angers
Senator,
me
will you
so
off
much.
your mic? Off your mic, please.
In Germany, it is each one for himself, God for us all.
Yeah.
The fact that it works for Phoebe does not mean it will work for Kelechi. Because the law deals with you individually according to what characteristics. Like when they bring out the law, they'll check 1, qualified, next step 2, qualified, next step 3. That's how the German law works.
Yeah.
So it's not because of how cute you are. It's not because of how popping your lip gloss is like mine. That's not how the German that's not how the German government works, honey. So when you come, Ada has said it, that's what she means by that. Calm down and observe. I remember there was a man who, at that time, when I first started my career as an interpreter, I would be doing the Behördengang, so I'll be accompanying people to the German offices to do their thing. And then he came illegally, overstayed, all kinds of, like, everything that could have gone wrong, he had done it. He was like, why are they not allowing me to work? And then they'll say they don't even want me to marry my woman. I'm like, they said, if you want to marry your wife, go back to Africa and marry him. Let her bring you in. You say no. Everything they'll tell you, say no. You have turned yourself to Rock of Ages. You are inflexible. So what do you want? Kelechi, please close the meeting. I have
to. Oh my goodness, you guys have literally said it all, man. Thank you so much. Like, just a brief summary, like, you guys really spoke at length. You literally said everything I had in my head to say. So, I mean, there's really nothing left to say. You all were on point. So, guys, basically, learn German. Like, if you're planning to come through this route, whether you're still in Germany, in your home country, or you've eventually come in with this card, learning German should be the first thing on your mind. It's just like going to the UK or going to America and you cannot speak English. Just sit in your house. There's no need. So a lot of people just downplay this whole German language because they feel like, oh, every country is getting international, so Germans too should also put English as a second language.
I am against making English a second language in Germany. I'm
against
where writes my name. I don't care.
Everybody should keep
my
their
20 years will not be in vain.
Keep
Even
your
today,
heritage. Your
I went
language
to ask for time. Let me tell you, from today, after 20 years, I went to ask for time because I was like, I have a meeting at 7:30. When are we having dinner? And she said, Viertel halb sechs. Viertel halb sieben. I'm like, Viertel halb sieben. Then I asked him, was heißt das auf Deutsch? Yeah. Because in English we say quarter to 7, meaning six
Genau.
forty-five.
Yeah.
But in German, when we say halb sieben, it means
Mhm.
6:30, half
6:30.
before 7. But when she
Seven.
said
Mm.
viertel, I'm like,
It
she
wasn't
meant
as
6:15.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then when I said, she was like, I get it, Jacob. I said, please, ab jetzt 18:15 Uhr, 18:30 Uhr, weil das verwirrt mich, weil das kann doch nicht sein. So even me, I'm still learning. Even
Yeah,
me.
it's a work in progress. Like we're all at work. As I'm talking to you, I'm actually looking for a B2 class to enroll in, if possible, online. I really need to verbessern this Deutsch. Like we can't
I
remain in
think
the
you're
same.
actually
We
at
need to
C1
get better.
level, though. I don't know why.
I don't
If you
know
want to
because
do
this
those
German, you know, I
ACT,
even write it. Did you see what she wrote? 1 hour and 30 minutes. I said this girl on the right German English.
Like I hear myself saying, like, really, I'm like, did I just say that? Like, we'll see us later. I'm like, did you just say
Wir
that?
sehen uns
Sometimes
später.
I don't know, I can't help it, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just trying to get better. So, guys, the idea is if people here are trying to get better, then why not you who is even planning to come or you who just came? So, let it be like the first thing you plan to do before you even start your progress. Because the reality is that if you have a German B1 or B2 and you go to apply for the and you finally get the opportunity to apply for the opportunity card, you would be ranked very well because then you'll be like, okay, this one, yeah, you pass the vibe check, come on in, you get. And even when you're looking for the job, and forget what is on paper. One thing again about Germany is that paper is paper. Can you converse in that language? It's not enough for you to just have a B1 or a B2, aber kannst du auf Deutsch
You
reden?
see,
So,
that is my own New Year's resolution. You see the whole of 2025.
Phoebe
If
has
you see
already
me
given
like
me
this year,
target. Phoebe has given me target
my
already.
whole body is German, 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 German,
End of
German,
the
German.
year.
make sure that you
okay.
you buy Bio Seife. Wenn du einkaufen gehst, kauf auch die Bio-Sachen, die in Deutschland hergestellt wurden, damit du auf jeden Fall komplett deutsch bist, von Kopf bis unten. Du isst
It's all right.
morgens Linsen. So on Monday you eat Linsen. On
Mhm.
Tuesday you eat Spinat mit Kartoffeln. On
Mhm.
Wednesday you eat Schweinehaxen. On Thursday, listen, speaking German, it comes through the food. When you start eating the food, your tongue will be turning like, Maultaschen. Oh yeah, sehr schön. You think I'm joking, but you know why? Why? That's how I was learning French in school. Our French teacher, because it was more like a sub course. We're just 6 or 7 people. The way we're learning was to bake. So we have this person will bake this cake, and then we will introduce the recipe in French. So as you are introducing or like presenting your recipe, he'll be correcting your pronunciation and all of that. So I realized that yes, because even though I was living in
Sorry
Germany
to
and
cut
growing
you
up,
short. Hi, Esther. I'm sorry. You should have been a part of this conversation, but don't worry. We're going to have another link up some other time soon. Okay, she's been actively commenting. So yeah, sorry,
Mhm.
Phoebe. Continue.
Okay, so what was I? Yeah. So when you also involve yourself, not because I'm a foodie, but if you involve yourself in the culture itself, like
Yeah.
how German Christmas is celebrated is different, and then it will
Mm,
make sense to you why the country is the way it is. For example,
yeah.
in my area today, they picked up the Christmas trees. So if you
Okay.
buy a
Yeah.
real Christmas tree, you would have to ask the person,
Pick it
how do
up.
I get rid of it? Don't be like, I'm
Yeah.
an African, but I'm going to burn it in front of my house. No, throw it outside the window, or if you don't have that possibility, carry it out without the decorations, and they'll come pick it up, and you have it off of your case. I'm a physiotherapist. I have B1 already. I heard that it's hard to get your degree and license recognized in big cities because anerkennung process takes time. Some get denied. Bitte stimmt es. Lucky. Es kommt darauf an. In Deutschland kommt alles darauf an. Ich habe es vorhin schon gesagt, es hängt davon ab, wie dein Fall ist, aus welchem Land du kommst, wie sah deine Ausbildung
Phoebe,
aus.
are you sure this person understands Deutsch? Forget that the road British us. Please say it in English. And for those
I'm
who
waiting
want
for her
to
to
learn,
finish so she'll start again from the beginning. So she will say
Interpret
what she said again in
exactly.
I
English.
beg,
Lucky,
please.
lucky, if you are Ghanaian, I'll say it in the Ghanaian way,
Are
okay?
you sure the person is Ghanaian? Just speak
No,
English.
there's a way
Sorry.
Ghanaians say lucky.
Oh, okay.
Lucky, lucky. Um, In Germany, there's this thing that says es kommt drauf an. It depends.
Mm.
It depends on the country you come from. How does the physiotherapy trainingship, or how you got to this point, how does it look like in your country? Is it equivalent to the German physiotherapist, the training that they go through? Okay, and you are in a field that is highly on demand. Is it in demand or on demand? In demand,
In
In
Abby.
the
demand.
demand, yes.
Thank you.
Demanding.
In demand. Thank you.
In fact, back then,
Da.
just
And then my English is getting better. I traded English for German, but these days I speak a lot of good English, honey. So it
okay.
depends on the country that you come from, and if your country is equivalent to the German standard. And what I would do is that I would just forward my certificate, make sure that it is translated by a certified translator. Take it to the office in your area that is responsible for this kind of thing. Okay. Take it to them, and then they will kind of tell you what you need to do. So sometimes you have to do like a 1 year, 2 year top up or whatever, and do, because physiotherapists, ergotherapists, we need y'all. These
Yeah.
jobs or these fields are really, really doing this. Händeringend, looking for people. Same as Erzieher, kindergarten Erzieher, Pädagogen, teachers. So, the teaching system in Germany is different from most African countries. So, when you come, please, as Ada said, there's a reason why Germany is Germany, and be open. Whatever you're going through in Germany, it could have even been worse in another country where, for example, they speak Arabic or something,
Mm.
because the setup is also guided by the country's culture and everything. So it's even an opportunity for you to learn, like the way people treat people with mental illness in Ghana. It's not the same way people with mental illness in Germany are treated.
Yeah.
Like in Ghana, it's okay to shout at people. Germany, what, who one dog, you to shout at who? Don't do that. So take it as a chance to learn. And
Yeah.
one thing is, people come to Germany maybe after the age of 30, 35, 36. Oh, Phoebe, they said I should do another 3 years. My sister, 2028 will come. And if it comes, will you have the certificate or not?
Yeah.
Or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hot that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
To pass
man.
anyhow,
2028,
anyhow.
if you have life, your brain is still sharp, your
So
memory is still
active.
sharp, you can absorb and squeeze out the information.
Yeah.
Please do yourself that favor,
Yeah.
and
True
just
that.
learn.
Hi, Akle Vaskirap. I'm from
Back it
Tanzania.
up.
I applied for au pair to come in Germany, but it didn't work. Currently doing the Eins, and I'm eager to try FSC out. I wish you all the best. Yeah, Deutsch is not for the faint-hearted, my guy.
Oh, it's not.
I wish you
It's
all
not.
the very best. It's not for the
Need to
faint-hearted,
have
but you,
backup.
you've
But let me
got
say
this.
something
You've got this.
controversial. Deutsch is easier than English.
You're the one that know that one.
Well, well. The thing
You're the
is,
one
when I
that.
actually see kids that were born here, and they
Mhm.
have, I think there's this joke that there's like a meme, I
A running
think.
gag.
Yeah, something like that. You know how words that are spelled a certain way with a certain ending are supposed to sound a certain way. It's one English guy that did it, but it made a lot of sense. I kept asking myself, how did we learn these things as kids without freaking out? But a child that is born in Germany would likely find it difficult to like understand why do they sound differently, but then they're spelled almost the same. So yeah, I think it can be difficult to
I
understand
think difficult is
English.
relative. Difficult is relative. Depends on just the same way if you're
Okay,
born.
now
If,
hold on.
huh?
I'll not take your
Sister?
submission
Mhm.
because we have not finished the target I gave you. I'll not take, because after you finish your target, you realize that
Eh,
English is harder than German, and it's not
it's still
even with
it's
the
still the same.
pronunciation.
It's still the same being relative thing. Because for now, I'm struggling with language, and I've of course never struggled with English because I was born into it. It became like a natural
Mhm.
thing. So the
Yeah.
same way, even people who learn Chinese, that it's going to be super complex for us if we decide not to go and start learning Chinese. Ada can
As
tell
I
us
don't
someone
have
more.
a
that speaks
degree in
Chinese,
science.
Ada can
Come
give us
again. You can
example.
speak Chinese.
Yeah,
as someone
sure.
that
Ah,
There's
speaks
I
always
speak
Chinese,
science
Chinese,
going
so
Ni
on. I don't know why.
hao, ni hao,
ni hao, my
ni hao.
Libe. Anyways,
but then
Please, will
someone
you
who
take
was
me to
born
China?
there.
I want to go to
Man, Deutsch.
Guangzhou.
No, but what I was going to say is that when I was learning Chinese, what helped me pick the language as quickly as I did was that I was immersed into this language. So everything I was doing was in Chinese.
This
I,
is
I
why I
had
say English should not be allowed in Germany. You see? You see?
again, let's be calm.
Can't be coming down, man.
So
Drink water.
so
Thank you.
so the thing is a lot of times, and that's actually why I said once you come, your first priority should be to learn the
To be
language,
to
because
learn it,
by the time you
yes.
begin to have different things that are pulling you from different areas of life,
You will
it becomes very
distract.
difficult for you to actually calm down and learn this language and realize, oh, I can get by with English once in a while. You do it for 1 year, you do it for 2 years. Next thing you're stuck at Ishabi for the next 3 years.
Before you know, 5 years has passed, so you are still
Do you
struggling.
get? And you have B1 certificate. Yes, if you open your mouth to
Yeah,
speak, it's A1.
Please, let me say this before I forget. So the reason why I say German is easier than English is because English is full of irregularities. The regular thing about the English language is the irregularities. I ate. Well, that is actually the bad example because in German it's also irregular. Ich esse, ich aß, ich habe gegessen. But even in that irregularity in German, right, there is still a structure. So Essen goes with vergessen. They have the same structure. So if you learn Essen, you can also conjugate vergessen. Even though they are two different verbs, because they have the same structure with Essen, you can always work through it. And so once you get the basics in German, you can always build upon it. And there's always a rule. German it's just like the people and how the system works. German is a language of rules. And when you understand the rules and you understand the exceptions and you just chew it, it will come. But it also requires you to practice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is why I say German is easier than English. Because English like this, I will say red. And you ask me, you mean the color red? No, I mean the past participle of read.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that is why I say German is easier. Because in German, what you see is what you get. Once you learn that V can sound like F, F can sound like F, and you realize that usually F does not start with some verbs. You develop a feeling for it.
Yeah.
And if you're somebody who likes to read too, German will be even easier for you.
I feel like the most difficult part of learning German. Sorry to cut you short, my darling. The most difficult part of learning German is the Adidas thingy, like the what's the general name for it? I think
the
that's
article,
The
article.
article.
the
Yeah, the
genders.
article.
And that's
No,
why
no,
I
no.
have left
Sorry,
it
did I
out
just
of my
say?
vocabulary.
No, not article. No, my bad. The
And now you have
nominative,
left
the
it.
I've left
the
it.
You have thrown
the
it away.
adjective, and
Instead of
the
it to draw me
what's
back, I go without article. We'll find it in front.
the article? No, there's a word that I'm trying to remember. But you have the
No,
dative, the
the fele, the
nominative,
kazis,
and
the kazi.
Yeah,
The
just put
kazi
anything that
forward.
now
comes
the
to my
cases.
mind, though.
Yes,
Anything
I
that
think
comes
these
to
are
my
the
mind, I
most
just put
So
it
difficult.
with
there.
that as well,
Let me
again, with
see.
German, there are rules, okay? So when you are going somewhere with a direction, alles mit Richtungsangabe ist Akkusativ. Ich gehe in das Hotel. Anytime you are moving
Bring your
towards
notes,
something,
so class has started.
Notes and paper, class don't start.
anytime you are moving towards something, it's accusative, okay? Whenever you are in a situation or in a place, it's dative. Ich bin im Hotel, ich bin so im Zimmer, im Raum, ich gehe in mein Zimmer, in das Zimmer. And usually, most times, locations are neutral. Das Freibad, das Hotel, Yeah, so for everything in Germany, there's a rule.
The rule, yeah.
And then every time you learn the rule, there's an exception. So once you kind of imbibe this and put it, because when I was learning German, I was a young adult. I was 12, 13. So I had to learn it with the rules.
Yeah,
And I
unlike
was at
as
an age where I didn't have friends. Like I literally learned German from a book. And I was listening to Walkman. At that time, I got a CD Walkman. That's how I learned German. I'm not going to lie and say I watched TV because I was not even allowed to watch TV during the weekdays. So my German basically came from reading, writing, and learning by the rules. And I still make mistakes up to date. For example, the word Gebäude. because the rule I learned was that everything that is plural ends with N. I say
Mm.
digeboiden, but there's nothing like digeboiden. It's digeboide.
Mm.
So every time my partner would be like, digeboide, I'm like, digeboide. That's my digeboide. But you will always make mistakes. And that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
another thing that I wanted to talk about when Ada was saying. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Make German friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment I started getting, like, this is the free advice I give all the freaking time. The moment I started submerging myself to German culture like this and making German friends, and even while studying and in my job and everything, my German got way better.
It does.
Within
It
a span
does.
of 7 years, like even now, my German is better than 7 years ago. So
Wow.
make it an effort that if you want to stay in this country, make it an effort to make it easier for you to stay here.
Yeah.
Mm. Selfishness. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
So
true.
Also,
open up, make German friends. And of course, I'm not saying if you see a German smoking and your mom did not teach you to smoke, or you know the dangers of smoking, you to go and smoke because you want to be friends with somebody. No, that's not what I'm
Mm.
saying.
No.
You don't have to drink
Yeah,
beer
girl,
to
they
be
don't want to be
German.
your
That's not
friends.
what
That's
I'm
what I wanted to
saying.
say now. See, Phoebe, the truth is that breaking into German circles is difficult. We know this, right? You know this.
yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
difficult. The only one German young friend that I have, I didn't meet her like in a group of people. We just met like, well, we met in an activity, but then we didn't. How do I explain? Like our
What
meeting wasn't like
activity?
okay, coming to chill with her and her friends, for example. Like we just met in a different setting, but it was in school to buy chill
Mm.
tickets. So I feel like that was how we were able to, and then we just had the connect and it worked. But you see that thing where a German is friends with other Germans and then you're trying to be a friend to one of them, it's very difficult. That's what I've been able to observe. But with the older people, I would say the older people are easier to penetrate. Do you know
And
why?
that's where the juice is.
Do you,
Forget
Yeah.
the
that's
young
exactly.
people.
I'm telling you, forget the young people. And do you know why I would
That's
say
Honestly,
where
that?
the juice is.
Honestly speaking.
go
And
for go
again,
for either old or kids.
no, kids don't send your papa. Make I just tell you now.
No, to be
You don't
honest, I
send your
feel like
papa.
No, kids are good for
if you
you to
have
learn
kids
the
around,
language.
let's say for example,
If you
maybe a
have
neighbor's
kids, that
child
is it.
or something,
But it's
conversations
difficult
with
for you
them.
to. Yeah, conversation. If it, let me tell you, if it's conversations with immigrant kids born here, that works.
Mm.
Like trying to get to talk to them, that
Okay,
works.
let me
But
say something. Esther said
yeah,
something and said that um German kids who grew up here, we prefer to speak English than German because I up to date. Sometimes people see me, they think I don't speak German because I speak English all the time. So
mm,
I remember somebody said on my, ich würde es einfach löschen und ignorieren, das Kommentar gerade
yeah,
eben.
yeah.
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 I remember somebody saying that because English is what our parents speak with us at home, so it is our language of comfort.
Yeah,
And you know how we feel comfortable where our parents feel comfortable. So
yeah,
whenever we meet other Black people, we speak the I think it's something that if you have not grown up in a dualistic society set up, it's hard for you to understand. But
Mm.
mm,
personally, even sometimes when I speak in German with pure Germans, some things will just come out in English because that is my language of comfort. And I think one time I was talking to Kelechi about this, and I said English, or was it Kelechi again? I don't remember. But English
Esther
is
say
my
she dey go born.
English is my language of prayer as well. Like I'm not going to pray
yeah.
in German or in other because that's not what I was taught praying with. So
Maybe God
if
feel to
Mhm.
answer you. No, now because you started to say the prayer properly. If you go say one verb, we're supposed to now.
If you go talk nonsense, Angel will go there understand that is say
I
this
see
people
you
wetin
go
we
to
dey.
understand another.
Oh my god.
Baby, sorry.
He's frozen.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
No, but yeah. I mean, I used to talk in babes. Is it okay,
No, I
right?
think I'm done. So it, basically,
Okay.
it's just easier for us to speak German and to speak
Yeah.
English than to speak German. For me, especially, even when I started content creation, there was a time that I was thinking of doing it in German, but because there was so much pressure on me, like the German society is also very, in German we say pedantish, like they are very accurate and stuff. Like the criticism will come immediately. So if you attach your emotions so much to what people say about your work, it's not about you. But once you put your work out there, Germans will criticize the work, so you have to make sure it's perfect. So once you school in Germany, this thing also, comes with it. But when I speak English, I feel more like I'm talking to my people. So the constructive criticism, the criticism isn't going to be that much. It's weird for me to say, but that was one of the reasons why I don't do German speaking content.
Okay.
Because I know somebody's gonna be like da 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 But in
Yeah.
English, it's different because obviously my first international language was English, so I feel more comfortable in English than in German. But I work in German. I actually speak more German during the day than English. But
English, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, okay. So, wow, we really dwelt a lot on the first point, which was learn German. Interesting. That should tell you guys how very
How
important it
important.
is. Okay. So, the second is like being very realistic with your skill set. If need be, upskill. If need be, find out what skills are in actual demand in this country and upskill. Don't come with like someone I know, like that has a degree in psychology, for example. If you want to come to a country like this to look for jobs in that field, you must be prepared to learn tons and tons of German and then find out if they even have vacancy for such jobs. That's just to give you an idea. Another one would be like, we've all flowed here, be very open minded. Okay. The next step is to, this one is now on the part of the country, like try to increase company participation, like let there be more synergy between the country and these companies that are looking for these jobs for, so to say. I hope you get my point. Like, are they really hiring? Do they really need professionals? Okay, let's not just be a question of, oh, we need, but then the companies don't actually need. And then to also ensure that the consulates back in whatever countries, like whatever the German consulates in various countries are also up to date. Let's not just be like they just carry a new policy and dump on them and then don't have the manpower to take care of these. So I think these are all that we talked about. And lastly, yes, do as much research as possible. Don't take one video for what it is. Do more research, okay? Contact other content creators online. If you have to, pay for consultations, pay for actual coachings. If you need like more one-on-one help or direction instruction. Okay, so that's pretty much that for this video. But before we wrap up, I actually want to say thank you to everybody who joined the live today. I'm going to be calling their names one by one. So if you're still here, thank you. Chukwemeka, Anthony, Michelle, Veronica, Jennifer, Georgina, Itium, hey, let me know what your name, but Upi, Sandra, Epic Road Trips, Cup of Tea, Rosie, Lucky B, who else? Queen Esther, Simisola, Lucia, Aclay, I think that's all. Yeah, Holy 21. Okay, Eunice, Ibokwe, yeah, that's pretty much all that we have. So you guys, thank you so much for joining this live and thank you for your active participation, your questions, your comments. I don't take it for granted. We don't take it for granted. It was really a huge part of this conversation. So thank you very much. And to my beautiful ladies here, okay, Ada, Phoebe, you guys don't know how much your presence today means to me.
Jesus.
Thank you so much. I didn't even know we've spoken for almost 2 hours, guys. Thank you
Well,
so much.
God.
you said
Can
1 hour.
I say
You
something
see
that
how
can
it
make me
seems.
I
laugh?
You
just
see
Said
how
one
it
hour.
seems to you.
You need to be German in this
I'm
thing.
so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
You're
I'm
not
so
even serious
sorry.
people.
We are very
But yeah,
serious, so
it
I am very
was so
serious.
informative.
You know
Yeah.
what I say to
Anytime
you?
somebody invites me for a live and person says 1 hour, in my mind, I already know that is not going to work.
So,
So,
Oh my
It's
God!
not
So
like I
you
can
guys,
even say I'm not the same because I'm guilty.
I know she's guilty. People know she's
I saw
guilty. So,
no,
so you
I saw a
guys,
comment.
thank you.
You remember when Phoebe said, sorry. I just want to say something
It's
absolutely
fine.
random.
It's fine.
You
It's
know,
fine. It's fine.
when Phoebe said that she does not pray in German, Esther
Yeah.
commented that what if God answers her in
But
German
that's
and she
something
does not
German. I don't
understand?
understand.
You
Oh, that's a very
don't
valid
understand
question.
it.
No, we have to have a session with Esther. Esther is another bandit.
I'm telling you, Esther is the character. We need a session with her for
Angel
real.
will interpret. So tell the
That's
angel to
it.
interpret it.
Oh my
Oh my God,
goodness,
it
you
was so
guys, thank
funny.
you so much.
No,
So
Now
but
don't
that's
thank
forget
you
to
guys.
share the
hilarious.
Thank you
video,
guys. It
okay?
was really fun.
Yeah, it was a fun one. So don't forget, share the video, stay subscribed to all our channels. We're actually all YouTubers, okay? Like if you're talking about life in Germany, relocation to Germany, and you don't follow any of us,
What
What
are
are
you
you doing,
doing?
baby?
Oh yeah,
What are
and
you
speaking
doing?
of, just putting it out there, I'm creating how do you say, a series on some tips that have worked for me so far on how to get
okay?
jobs here in Germany. So
Wow, that's
Um,
impressive.
That's really nice. Yes,
Very,
I think do something
very
like
nice.
that. So when that
yeah,
comes out, I would share it as well. And still
yeah,
speaking of which, okay, I think this is a good time to actually share stuff like this as well. And I'm also
yeah,
working on something for house building. So if you need assistance towards house building in Germany, then you can write me and everything. But I'm still going to bring out some more detailed information regarding that. And
yeah.
Phoebe already does
Same
stuff
here.
like that. She has a whole agency dedicated to Ausbildung, family reunion,
You
study in
see, we are
Germany,
here for you
and
guys.
all
Use
that. So
us.
yeah,
Abby.
we're your club, okay? So
Use us.
yeah, guys, share the video, stay subscribed, and see you in some other video. Ciao.
Juicy.
Ciao.
Cheers, Chatsy
Bye.
lines.
Nah.